Unfortunately, I'm not that tall, so I got to move the mic down. This is my third year doing this, and every year it's an honor that John asked me to come out here and speak to you guys. And I cannot think of a better way to spend a rainy Sunday, April morning than here with you guys. I thank you for being out here and standing through our little mist, but at least we got April showers to bring some Mayflowers finally, and we're not wearing leggings and snow pants and boots anymore, so we should all be very, very happy today. John asked me to come up here and reflect upon the Iraq War, and we've been there for, as we all know, about 5 years, a little over 5 years now. I remember when we went into Iraq. That night when we went in early, George W. Bush came on, broke in, national news, said we started bombing Iraq early because we thought we could get Saddam. I sat at this little bar in Willoughby called Mick's Pub and Grill, and at that point I was sitting with Brian, who ended up being my future husband at that point. The whole bar broke into applause. And we understood, Brian and I sat there and understood why we needed a preemptive strike on Iraq. And we sat there, we celebrated. And at the conclusion of that night, I never realized how that moment, that day in history, would affect my life, my family, my friends, and my community. In the past 5 years, I have married my soulmate, I had a baby boy, I bought a business, started another, sent my husband and his brother off to war. I learned that my husband was killed in action. I welcomed my brother home. I was there when the battalion came home. And I've been to more funerals than I'd ever like to do and ever again. We celebrated my son's 3rd birthday. We've celebrated 3 Christmases without my husband. And I have closed my businesses, and I've seen mothers weep, fathers break down, and Marines pour their deeply troubled hearts out to me over their time in Iraq. I wasn't even 22 when we invaded Iraq. I will be 27 in June. At 26, I am a wife, a mother, a daughter, a friend, a sister, and a widow. I hold more names, I think, than a lot of people in here at such a young age. I have experienced so many emotions in the past 5 years that I can't even begin to comprehend. When Brian and everybody left on January 9th, 2005, which a few of you here will remember. I know Lori's here, she'll remember that day. Rachel's here. We all said goodbye to our husbands, our fiancés, our friends, our brothers, our sons. I didn't realize that would be the last time I'd be able to hold my husband and give him a kiss and tell him how much I loved him in person. I remember watching them walk into a weapons company, which is down in Akron, the Reserve Center, and him and Eric, his brother, turn away, they're laughing, just nothing of it. And I just broke down in my car, sobbing, not understanding why I was sobbing, because I was so confident in their abilities and who they were as men and as Marines. I feared not being able to talk to him, to hug him after a hard day, but what I feared most is the unknown. You have no idea. You have no idea what it's like. So, like Marines, like soldiers, sailors, and airmen, wives, we have to adapt and overcome. We have to deal with this. We have to deal with the situation on hand. We have to sleep with our cell phones in hand and our email up all day, waiting for that time that we can actually talk to them. And then on August 1st, 2005, my life was forever changed. Many lives here in Northeastern Ohio were forever changed. And at that point, what it cost to be free was so clear and so true to me. What it cost to break free from Britain, and the price of ending slavery rang in my head. The price the greatest generation in America has paid every time I see a senior citizen with a military sticker on his vehicle, or I read an obituary of a World War II veteran. The price that the Korean and the Vietnam veterans paid is evident by the mixed emotions of those conflicts, worn on everybody's sleeves. And what is truly sad to me is that it took my husband's death to reiterate what the cost of freedom and democracy really is. I spent the next 2 years grieving. I was a disaster. I was angry, I was sad. Some days I just didn't even want to get out of bed because it hurt too much. And I contemplated everything from the war, the mission, God, death, why Brian joined. And through all that, I think I tried to change my views on things, but they never wavered. I still believe in this war. I still believe in America. I believe in the ideals of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But not just for Americans, but for all people. The choices and opportunities that come with those 3 amazing words are meant to be seen and known by all. And if given the opportunity, Americans should fight, not just for ourselves, but for every person on this planet, so they can have the same opportunities that we have here. And when I wrote this, it was the 5th anniversary of the war. And I get this question all the time, whether I'm in school, on the streets. How can I be for a war that's taken so much from me? And finally, after 2.5 years, the answer is very simple. This war didn't take anything from me. My husband is still here with me. He lives on in my son. He lives on in my brother. He lives on in my father-in-law, my mother-in-law. He lives on in me, and he lives on in all the memories that I have. And then these same people, they follow up with, well, it did take your future, right? The future is unwritten, so really, what was taken from me? This war has given me opportunities for personal growth that most Americans may never, ever, ever see. I've been able to help my fellow Americans. I've been able to talk about the war. I've been able to make people understand the cost of freedom and democracy. But most of all, this opportunity, my husband's death, has solidified the honor, duty, courage, and commitment it takes to be a patriot, and do whatever it takes to protect and uphold the only thing every American takes for granted, and that's freedom. Family and friends, I leave you with this. My death is not a tragedy, it is an ending. And every ending must have a new beginning. So take this new beginning and run with it. Never look back, stand up, and be proud, because I am. For I've walked through the shadows of the valley of death, and I fear no evil. I hear my husband's words. And now I'm taking this new beginning that he honorably gave me, and I will run with it and do whatever it takes to better me and my country. I will not let the numbers or the anniversaries deter my strength, for my husband always believed in my strength. I will continue on and uphold the beautiful legacy he has created for me and my son, and I will continue to fight for America in the ways that I can. I believe in the strength and love of God, and 5 years later, I am a better person because of this war. I am able to talk and have people understand that freedom isn't free, and you hear that all the time, but that's the truth. All of you, most of you are veterans out here today. I thank you for your service, because you understand, you took the risk, you went out there, and you gave me the opportunity to stand here today, just like my husband did. And I would love to give all of you a round of applause for your service and being here today.